What's up, Taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. So I want to respond to Piers Morgan's interview with the very own Kyle Rittenhouse. It was a total disaster for him. He got mocked heavily on Twitter, on YouTube. This was a thing that some Brit thought he was going to get a got you against our hero, Kyle. And when he announced it, I was really shocked. I was like, why would Kyle go on Piers Morgan's show uncensored? And we all know that Piers is a POS. And my favorite, I can't stand Piers. And I don't like Ben Shapiro either. But let me tell you, one of my favorite moments was when Piers invited Ben Shapiro onto his show, and Ben just straight destroyed him. You know what I'm saying? All Piers can say is, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Like, he was stumped throughout the entire show. As a matter of fact, this is the reason why he's no longer working in America right now. He has to be over there in the UK land, okay? Very woke area, by the way. And, well, let me just show you how Ben just absolutely demolished him. Check this out.
You've kind of been a bully on this issue because what you do, and I've seen it repeatedly on your show, I watch your show, and I've seen it repeatedly, what you tend to do is you tend to demonize people who differ from you politically by standing on the graves of the children of Sandy Hook, saying they don't seem to care enough about the dead kids. If they cared more about the dead kids, they would agree with you on policy. I think we can have a rational political conversation about balancing rights and risks and rewards of all of these different policies, but I don't think that what we need to do is demonize people on the other side as being unfeeling about what happened in Sandy Hook.
How dare you accuse me of standing on the graves of the children that died there? How dare you?
I've seen you do it repeatedly, Piers.
Like I say, how dare you?
Well, I mean, you can keep saying that, but you've done it repeatedly.
So as you can see, flawless victory on Ben Shapiro's part. And so, yeah, he had big time egg on his face, and he had to go back to the cuck land known as the United Kingdom, where he belongs. So on the day that he aired this, he got a lot of pushback on this. As a matter of fact, let me see. Is it this stream here? No, let me see. I think it's this one. Hold on. I do believe it's on this one, because what Piers did was take a clip and just try to make Kyle look crazy and unhinged. And I do believe he got, oh yeah, this is it right here. So you have a lot of people supporting Kyle. You have a couple of libtards in here talking about some, oh my God, he's such a killer. But I want you to understand, if Kyle was black, we wouldn't have any of this nonsense. He wouldn't been vilified. He wouldn't be considered like a murderer. And he wouldn't have even been arrested, by the way. He wouldn't have been arrested. But I'm just telling you, it was just an attack on him because he's a male and he's white. So here we have some people supporting Kyle and going against Piers. Piers is acting like he shot a soccer mom while she was out buying groceries. I need to buy Kyle's book. And then, of course, meme on the left. So this is where they come up and show you that the three POSs who attack Kyle. Now, I want you to understand, if Kyle was black and these three white guys attacked him, he would have been hailed the hero. He would have been celebrated. Hell, he might have already had a statue in his honor. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at the interview. I'm not going to feature all of it. I'm just going to take bits and pieces of it, and I'm going to react accordingly. So let's go ahead and get started with the first clip.
You killed 2 people and you wounded a 3rd. How do you feel about that?
Well, Piers, they attacked me. They left me with no choice. I have nightmares every night of being attacked and being ambushed and them trying to steal my gun and pointing guns at my face.
So already Piers is starting off bad faith. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these libtards, a lot of these commies do this to Kyle. They'll say, oh, you murdered someone. No. I killed someone in self-defense. Murder is illegal. What Kyle did was legal. And even though he was charged, he was acquitted. He was found not guilty. And these people don't want to, they want to like conflate the two. So they want to sit up here and say, oh yeah, I killed in self-defense. Oh, did you murder? No. I stopped the threat and the threat passed away in the process. Not my fault, okay? And I think people are sitting here and just want to vilify Kyle and miss that mark. But see, this is why I hate Piers Morgan. This is why I hate him. You know what I'm saying? He want to start off the bat bad faith, and it even gets worse from there. But our boy Kyle knows how to handle it in such a gentlemanly way.
It's not an easy thing to do, but I did what I had to do to stay alive, and if I didn't, I would be dead.
Yeah, listen, you were acquitted, and many in America believe that you had the absolute right to defend yourself. I'm just curious, on a human level, you know, you're very young even now. What are you, 20 years old now?
Yes, sir.
And you've killed 2 human beings and wounded a third. I just wonder how that feels.
I don't think that's an appropriate question to ask how it feels. It's not an easy thing to do. It's something I live with every single day. It's nightmares I have.
I don't know about Kyle, but let me tell you something. I don't lose no sleep by taking out somebody who tried to kill me, okay? I'm just saying. I'm going to put it out there. I am unapologetically saying I don't lose any sleep taking somebody out who tried to take me out. If I got you first before you got me, then too bad on you. Good for me. And I'm going to sleep very well at night. But I get it. He's young. He didn't grow up in the way I grew up. He has PTSD from it. I totally get it because I have PTSD from being a police officer. However, like I said, it's either me or the criminal. And I'm sorry, I have every intentions of going home, just like Kyle did.
How do you feel about being so young and yet having on the record for the rest of your life now that you took the lives of 2 people?
Again, if Kyle was black, Piers Morgan would never ask this question. It would be ludicrous to sit up here and ask a black male, how do you feel about killing 2 white people shooting, he shot the white guy in the arm. How do you feel about killing 2 white men who tried to kill you? This would be crazy. But it's okay to pick on Kyle because he was young, because he wasn't on the left, and because he was a white male.
Your book, presumably you're going to make money from this book. Do you feel comfortable making money from this, which ultimately is a tragic story? I repeat, you were acquitted. There's no reason you can't do a book. But do you feel comfortable making a lot of money out of essentially what in the end was an incident that cost the lives of other humans?
Well, I'm not writing the book to make money. I'm writing the book to tell the story of what happened. I'm trying to change the narrative that media keeps putting out there that I'm some type of white supremacist, racist person, when that's just not true. I'm a 20-year-old kid.
Notice how Piers Morgan, or anyone in mainstream media for that matter, never asked the family members of George Floyd, do they feel comfortable making money off of the tragedy of their relative known as George Floyd. They didn't question the aunt who wrote a book about it. They didn't question his cousin who wrote a book about it. Let me tell you something. The chick who was across the street who witnessed everything, she even wrote a book. She wrote a book and it's called A Walk to the Store. Excuse me, let me translate that in ghetto slang. A walk to the store. No one at all had any problems with it. They didn't ask how you gonna make money off of that tragedy, but you're gonna question Kyle?
You were 17 at the time. You were too young to legally acquire the gun that you used.
That's not true.
It's not true?
That is not true. Wisconsin statute says a person between the ages of 16 and 17 can carry a long rifle with a barrel longer than 16 inches. That's Wisconsin law, and the judge dismissed that charge.
Fatality.
But let me ask you, do you think it's right that 17-year-olds in America, in Wisconsin, should be able to carry around semi-automatic rifles like an AR-15?
Our founding fathers were very intentional when they wrote the Constitution. They didn't put an age limit on how old you have to be to exercise the Second Amendment.
But they did say it would be part of a well-regulated militia.
They also didn't put an age in it, and we have the right to bear arms. It's our right as Americans to possess these arms, to carry these firearms, and to use them to protect ourselves.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why we claimed our independence, all right? Don't nobody want to be associated with you old cook bricks, all right? The entire country is like Dearborn, Michigan. I'm not lying either, okay? So you guys are just jealous, you're very jelly, that you don't have a constitution the way we do. See, we get to have guns. We get to protect ourselves. You can't. So stay mad. Yeah, stay very mad. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I would love to hear what you got to say about this entire interview. Let me know how you feel about Piers Morgan being bad faith. Do you think Kyle should have sullied himself to be on this podcast or a show? Now, don't get me wrong. Kyle did a very good job. He represented himself very well. I'm very proud of him. But I'm just saying, there's no need to sit up here and give Piers Morgan any type of credibility by appearing on his podcast. But, he did real good. What do you think? Let me know by leaving a comment below this video. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you're new to my channel, hey, do me a favor and subscribe. I would love for you to join my little family over here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, taters.